Good morning, my dear students. Today we'll discuss about the physics part in the assignment which is conducted on 7/9/2020. In that, the first question, the equivalent resistance between A and B in the given figure is dash. The given figure is this one. Here they asked the equivalent resistance between A and B. Given all resistors are identical, that's why with respect to this line, both sides are present on symmetrical. That's why by folding this circuit with respect to this line, we can get this one. So during this case, by solving this in between A and B, we can get this one. So during this case in between A and B, by solving this one here, these are present in parallel combination. By solving this one, we can get in between A and B 3R/2 and R/2, 3R/8 and R/2 are present in series combination. Therefore, from this, the effective resistance between A and B is equal to 7R/8. Next, question number 2. Each resistor shown in the figure has a resistance capital R. Find the equivalent resistance between A and B. So, given circuit is this one. We require the equivalent resistance between A and B. So, given each resistance is having resistance capital R. So, now we can rewrite this one like this. So, during this case here, these two resistors are parallel. That's why their effective resistance R/2. Here these two resistors are also parallel. That's why their effective resistance R/2. These two resistors are also parallel. That's why their effective resistance R/2. Here these two are present in parallel. Their effective resistance R/2. Here these two are also present in parallel. Their effective resistance R/2. Here these two are also present in parallel. Their effective resistance is R/2. That's why we can redraw this circuit like this. During this case here, these three resistors having resistance R/2 are present in series, and also these three are present in series combination. That's why this resistance is nothing but 3R/2. This resistance also 3R/2. Here both 3R/2 are present in parallel. That's why we can get the effective resistance of the two are 3R/4. And finally, this circuit can be like this. The equivalent of this circuit can be like that. So during this case, in between A and B, R 3R/4 and R present in series combination. That's why by solving we can get the effective resistance between A and B as 11R/4. Next, third question. The equivalent resistance between A and B in the network in the given figure is dash. So the given network is nothing but this one. In between A and B, we are having some resistors which are present like this. During this case, if we observe here, this 8 ohms and 2 ohms are present in parallel, and 4 ohms and 6 ohms are also present in parallel. That's why we can redraw this circuit like this. During this case here, 8 and 2 are parallel. That's why their effective resistance becomes as 1.6 ohms. And here 4 and 6 ohms are present in parallel. That's why the effective resistance of these two becomes as 2.4 ohms. So after that, we can redraw this circuit like this. So during this case, now I want to redraw this circuit like this. So during this case here, given this is 3 ohms and this becomes as 4 ohms and it is 6 ohms. So clearly in between here A and B, 3 ohm, 4 ohm and 6 ohm are present in parallel combination. Therefore, if the effective resistance between A and B is RAB, then we can write 1/RAB is equal to 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/6. This implies effective resistance between A and B is equal to 4/3 ohms. Question number 4. Find out the value of resistance capital R in the given figure. So in this figure we require the value of resistance capital R. So to calculate the resistance capital R, so see here, so in between these two terminals, let this terminal is A, let this terminal is B. In between the terminals A and B, the applied potential difference is 120 volts. So now we want to calculate the value of capital R. For that purpose, now I want to redraw this circuit like this. Given it is 10 ohms and it is 100 ohms, and given this resistance is nothing but capital R. During this case, in between the two terminals A and B, here we applied a potential difference of 120 volts. That's why we apply a battery of potential difference 120 volts between A and B. Given the potential difference on R is 100 volts, therefore the potential difference which is present on 10 ohms becomes as 20 volts. That's why the current which is passing through this 10 ohms is nothing but I is equal to 20/10, that is 2 amperes. That means here through this 10 ohms 2 amperes current will travel like this. When this current reaches this point, it can be divided into two parts. Let a current I1 is traveling through 100 ohms and I2 is traveling through the resistance capital R. During this case, we say that on 100 ohm resistor, the potential difference is 100 volts. That's why during this case, we can write I1 is equal to 100 by 100, that is 1 ampere. Therefore, here clearly we say that both 100 ohms and R are present in parallel combination. That's why the potential difference on both 100 ohms and R are same. Next, in the same pattern here, given I is equal to 2 amperes and I1 is 1 ampere. That's why here I2 also becomes as 1 ampere. Here given 100 ohms and R are present in parallel combination. That's why in parallel combination, both the resistors potential difference is same. That's why clearly here we can write I1 into 100 is equal to I2 into R. From that, clearly here we know that I1 is nothing but 1. 1 into 100 is equal to I2 is also 1. 1 into R. From this we can write R is equal to 100 ohms. Question number 5. Find the equivalent resistance between the points A and B in the given figure. So in the given figure, find the equivalent resistance between point A and B. So in between A and B, if we observed in this circuit, this resistor, this resistor, this resistor, this resistor, these four are present in parallel combination. Clearly we say that here, these four are present in parallel combination. That's why we can redraw this circuit like this. We can redraw this circuit like this. During this case here, these four resistors are present in parallel combination. That's why their effective resistance becomes as R by 4. Here R by 4 and R are present in series. That's why by redrawing this circuit we can get this one. So during this case here, R and R by 4 are present in series combination. Their effective resistance is 5R by 4. If we observe during this case in between A and B, R and 5R by 4 are present in parallel combination. Therefore, effective resistance between A and B is equal to R into 5R by 4 whole by R plus 5R by 4. That is equal to, we can get 5R by 9. Next, sixth question. An electric current is passed through a circuit containing two wires of same material connected in parallel. If lengths and radii of the wires are in the ratio 4:3 and 2:3, then the ratio of the currents passing through the wires will be dash. Given the ratio between lengths of the wires L1 by L2 is equal to 4 by 3 and radii in the ratio R1 by R2 is equal to 2 by 3. Given both the wires are present in parallel combination, let these are two wires, let these two are present in parallel combination. Let the resistance of the first wire is R1 and resistance of the second wire is R2. During this case, let the current passing through the first wire is I1, let the current passing through the second wire is I2. So, we know that the resistance of any wire R is equal to rho L by A. That is equal to, we can write it as rho L by A means pi R square. From this, R is directly proportional to L by R square. From that, we can write R1 by R2 is equal to L1 by L2 into R2 by R1 whole square. Okay. So, if these two wires are present in parallel combination, the potential difference on the two wires remains same. That is, we can write I1 R1 is equal to I2 R2. From this, we can write I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. That is equal to R2 by R1 means we can write it as L2 by L1 into R1 by R2 whole square. From that, by substituting, we can get I1 by I2 is equal to, here we know that L1 by L2 is 4 by 3. Therefore, L2 by L1 is nothing but 3 by 4 into, we know that R1 by R2 is 2 by 3 whole square. This implies we can get I1 by I2 is equal to 1 by 3. Next, question number 7. Find the potential difference across C2 in the given diagram. So, in the given diagram, they require the potential difference across C2. Generally here the C2 is having, this capacitor C2 is having terminals C and E. That means if we calculate the potential difference between C and E, then we say that it must be equal to potential difference across this capacitor C2. So for that purpose, let I current is coming from the battery like this. So during this case, this current can travel like this and travel through 4 ohms, through 2 ohms and through this 2 ohms and through this 2 ohms and travel like this. Because current cannot travel through capacitors, it can travel only through resistors like this. During this case, the effective resistance of the combination R effective is equal to 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is here effective resistance of the combination is 10 ohms. Applied potential difference is 10 volts. Therefore, the current coming from the battery I is equal to V by R effective, that is equal to 10 by 10 is equal to 1 ampere. That means here the current coming from the battery is nothing but 1 ampere. That means here through all these resistors a current of 1 amperes can travel like this. During this case, if we observed the potential difference on this 2 ohm resistor is nothing but we can calculate it as V is equal to IR. Here the resistance of this 2 ohm, resistance of this resistor is 2 ohms and current traveling through this one is 1 ampere. Therefore, potential difference on this one is 2 volts and also potential difference on this one is 2 volts. Therefore, during this case, potential difference on the capacitor, that is potential difference between C and E, VCE is equal to 2 plus 2, that equal to 4 volts. Next, question number 8. A piece of conducting wire of resistance capital R is cut into 2n equal parts. Half the parts are connected in series to form a bundle and remaining half in parallel to form another bundle. These bundles are then connected to give the maximum resistance. The maximum resistance of the combination is dash. Given a wire of resistance capital R, now it is cut into 2n equal parts. Now given a wire of resistance capital R, now it is cut into 2n equal parts. So during this case, if this wire is cut into 2n equal parts, then resistance of each part becomes as R by 2n. So during this case here, n equal parts are connected in series combination. Let the effective resistance of this n equal parts of series combination is R1. Then we say that it is nothing but n into R by 2n. We can get it as R by 2. After that, the remaining n equal parts are connected in parallel combination. In this parallel combination, let effective resistance is R2. So then we say that here R2 is equal to R by 2n whole by n, that is nothing but R by 2n square. Now these two parts are connected to get the maximum resistance. To get the maximum resistance, these two parts must be connected in series combination. Therefore, here effective resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. That is maximum resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. That is here R1 is R by 2 and R2 is nothing but R by 2n square. That is equal to, we can get it as R by 2 into 1 plus 1 by n square. This is question number 9. In figure, the current flowing through 2R is dash. In this diagram, if we observe, these three resistors R, 2R and R are present in parallel combination. That's why we can redraw this circuit like this. Here R, 2R and R, all these three resistors are present in parallel combination between the terminals A and B. Here these two terminals are connected to a battery of potential difference V like this. Here this is negative terminal, this is positive terminal, that's why current can travel like this. Here current must be traveled through 2R from A to B. That means here current through 2R traveled from left to right, that is from A to B. Next, question number 10. In order to quadruple the resistance of a uniform wire, a part of its length was uniformly stretched till the final length of the entire wire was 1.5 times the original length. The part of the wire was a fraction equal to dash. Consider it is a wire of length L and area of cross section capital A. Let its resistance is capital R. During this case, we can write R is equal to rho L by A. Now, some part of this wire, let its length is X. Now, the X length of the part of the wire is stretched such that the total length of the wire becomes as 1.5 L. During this case, only this X length of the part of the wire was stretched and remaining part was unstretched. That means here the remaining part of length L minus X was unstretched. That's why its area same, it is A. During this case, now the part of length X was stretched such that the total length of the wire becomes as 1.5 L. During this case, we say that here the total length of the wire is 1.5 L. So given this is nothing but length X. Already we know that this length is nothing but L. That's why the remaining length is nothing but 0.5 L. Okay. During this case, let the area of the stretched part is nothing but A dash. During this case, clearly we say that the volume of this x length of the part and volume of this length of the part must be same. That's why from that we can write x into A is equal to x plus 0.5 L into A dash. From this area of the stretched part, A dash is equal to x by x plus 0.5 L into A. So during this case, they given that effective resistance of this total stretched combination becomes as 4 times initial resistance. If the effective resistance of the final resistance of the total combination is R effective, then we can write it as 4R. So during this case, let the resistance of this unstretched part is R1. Let the resistance of this stretched part is R2. During this case, we can write R effective means R1 plus R2 equal to 4R. Here R1 is resistance of this unstretched part. That is rho into its length L minus X by A plus R2 is resistance of this stretched part. That is rho into the length of stretched part is X plus 0.5 L. X plus 0.5 L by A is equal to 4 into, here R is nothing but rho L by A. From this, by solving, we can get here X is equal to L by 8. Question number 11. In the circuit shown in figure, the current through. So question number 11. The given circuit is nothing but this one. The given circuit is nothing but this one. Here if we observe this 2 ohm, 4 ohm and 2 ohm are present in series combination. And this total series combination value is 8 ohms and this 8 ohms is parallel to this one. That's why by redrawing this circuit we can get this one. Here 2 ohm, 4 ohm and 2 ohm are present in series combination. This must be 8. That 8 must be present in parallel to this one. These two are present in parallel. The effective resistance of this 8 and 8 is nothing but 4 ohms. This is 4 ohms and here this 2, this 4 and this 2 are present in series combination. That's why the effective resistance of this thing becomes as 8 and this 8 ohms is present in parallel to this 8 ohms. That's why this circuit can be redrawn like this. Here these two 8 ohms are present in parallel. That's why their effective resistance is 4 ohms. Here during this case the effective resistance of the combination R effective equal to here 3, 4, 2 all are present in series combination. That is nothing but 9 ohms. Here the effective resistance is 9 ohms. Therefore during this case if the current coming from the battery is I, then we can write I is equal to V by R effective. That is nothing but 9 by 9, that is 1 ampere. That means here the current coming from the battery is 1 ampere. That means here current coming from the battery is 1 ampere. If 1 ampere current can travel like this, it can be divided into 0.5 amperes and 0.5 amperes like that. So during this case, so here 1 ampere current is coming from the battery and at this point it is divided into here 0.5 amperes and 0.5 amperes. Here this 0.5 amperes can be divided into 0.25 amperes, 0.25 amperes like that. So by distributing like this, here this is 1 ampere. 1 ampere current here can be divided into 0.5 amperes and 0.5 amperes. Here the 0.5 amperes can be divided into 0.25 amperes and 0.25 amperes. Therefore clearly during this case we say that the current traveling through 4 ohms is nothing but 0.25 amperes. Question number 12. If in the circuit shown below the internal resistance of the battery is 1.5 ohm and Vp and Vq are the potentials at P and Q respectively, the potential difference between the points P and Q is dash. To calculate the potential difference between points P and Q, we must calculate the current coming from the battery. Let here the current coming from the battery is I and let this point is O. Let this point is O. Let the current coming from the battery is I. During this case, here this 3 and 2 ohms are present in series combination. That means this is nothing but 5 ohms. And here also 2 ohms and 3 ohms are present in series combination. That means the effective of these two is 5 ohms. Here this 5 ohms are present in parallel. That's why during this case the equivalent resistance of the circuit is equal to 5 by 2 plus internal resistance of the battery 1.5. That is R effective is equal to 4 ohms. Therefore current coming from the battery is nothing but EMF of the battery by effective resistance, that is equal to 20 by 4, that is equal to 5 amperes. Therefore, during this case, 5 amperes current will coming from the battery. So, when this 5 amperes reached point 2, it can be divided equally into these two branches because these two branches are having same resistance. Therefore, through 3 ohms, 2.5 amperes current will be travelled, and through 2 ohms, same current 2.5 amperes will be travelled. During this case, the potential difference between O and P, VO minus VP is equal to 2.5 into 3 is equal to 7.5 volts. In the same pattern, the potential difference between O and Q is VO minus VQ is equal to 2.5 into 2 is equal to 5 volts. From this, VO minus VP minus of VO minus VQ is equal to 7.5 minus 5. From that, clearly VQ minus VP is equal to 2.5 volts. Question number 13. Find the equivalent resistance across A and B. In the given circuit, they require the effective resistance between A and B. This is the given circuit. During this case, clearly we observed this circuit can be rewrite like this. Here these 2 ohm resistors are present in parallel combination, their effective is 1 ohm. Here also these two are present in parallel combination, their effective is 1 ohm. So now this circuit can be redrawn like this. During this case, 1 ohm are present in series combination, their effective is 2 ohms. That's why this circuit can be redrawn like this. Finally, here these 2 ohms are present in parallel combination, therefore effective resistance between A and B is 1 ohm. Question number 14. A wire has a resistance of 24 ohms is bent in the following shape. The effective resistance between A and B is dash. Here given the total resistance of this wire is 24 ohms. Here, if we observe, this is equilateral triangle. Given this is 5 centimeters length, then we say that this is 5 centimeters, this is 5 centimeters. And given this total length from A to B is 10 centimeters, if this is 5 centimeters, we say that this is also 5 centimeters. Therefore, during this case, total length of this wire is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That is 20 centimeters. For 20 centimeters length of the wire, given the resistance is 24 ohms. Therefore, for 5 centimeters, its length is nothing but 6 ohms. That means clearly we say that this part of wire is having resistance 6 ohms, this part of wire is having resistance 6 ohms, and this part of wire is having resistance 6 ohms, and this part of wire is having resistance 6 ohms. During this case, if we observe these two are present in series combination, that is effective resistance 12 ohms. And if we can redraw this one, we can get like this. This is terminal A, this is terminal B, and it is 6 ohms, it is 6 ohms. Parallel to this one, we are having 12 ohms. Here 12 and 6 are present in parallel. Therefore, effective resistance of these two is nothing but 12 into 6 by 18. That is nothing but 4 ohms. Therefore, we can redraw this circuit like this. In between A and B, here this part is having resistance of 4 ohms and remaining is 6 ohms. Therefore, effective resistance between A and B is equal to 10 ohms. Question number 15. What is the charge stored on each capacitor C1 and C2 in the given circuit? At the steady state in the given circuit, generally current can travel only through the resistors from battery. Let I current is coming from the battery, then in the steady state this current can travel like this through resistors only. Here current can travel through resistors only like this. During this case, the effective resistance of the combination is nothing but here all these resistors are present in series combination. That's why effective resistance is nothing but 6 plus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 12 ohms. Therefore, current coming from the battery is equal to applied potential difference by effective resistance, that is equal to 12 by 12, that is nothing but 1 ampere. Okay, now if 1 ampere current is traveling through this one, if 1 ampere current is traveling through this one, in between D and C I require the potential difference. Here on 6 ohms, the potential difference is nothing but 6 into 1 is equal to 6 volts. Here on 3 ohms, the potential difference is nothing but 3 into 1 is nothing but 3 volts. Therefore, potential difference between D and C, VDC is equal to, we can write it as 6 plus 3 is equal to 9 volts. Therefore, potential difference across the branch DC is equal to 9 volts. In between D and C, here the effective capacitance is equal to, here these two capacitors are present in series combination. In series combination, effective capacitance is 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, that is equal to 2 by 3 microfarads. Therefore, the charge traveling through each capacitor Q is equal to C effective into potential difference between D and C. That is 2 by 3 into that is we can write it as 2 by 3 into potential difference 9 volts, potential difference 9 volts, that is equal to 6 microcoulombs. Here both the capacitors are present in series combination, therefore same charge 6 microcoulombs can travel through both the capacitors.